This is the cart that I'm starting with. This is a reel that I shared on Instagram where I was explaining that I was going to start organizing my craft room. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. Now I know I'm in a weird place because I'm actually sitting on the floor in my craft room, and this is actually the finished product, but I'm going to show you how I got here because this is definitely not where I started. My intent is to organize my craft room, and I'm going to do it one cart, one cubby, one container at a time. And I hope it helps you in some way. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let me just kind of tell you what supplies we're using. I'm going to just talk to you from right here. It doesn't make sense for me to move out of this spot. Okay, so this cart actually came from Ikea. And if you saw the, before I even got into the intro, I showed you what this cart looked like before. And it was just filled with a whole bunch of stuff that had just gotten out of hand. And so I'm only going to use this cart for paint and paint supplies. So I've got the cart from Ikea. This little container that's here at the top also came from Ikea. Everything that I'm using in addition to this cart will be linked below the video. The vinyl is Oracal adhesive vinyl. And then this sticker paper is, because I put the sticker on my logo here. The sticker paper is Nito sticker paper that I purchased from Amazon because I just wanted to try it out. But everything else is standard, standard vinyl, standard sticker paper. But anything you want to know, make sure you leave a question below the video and I will do my best to respond to it. So now without further ado, let's get into the transformation. All right, before we get started with the cart, let's take a closer look at it. So at the top, there are paint supplies and sublimation blanks in the middle, and there's some Flex Seal right there, and some adhesive at the bottom, and some paint brushes, and a rotary tool. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. I have ribbon down there, and stain, and a Walmart bag, and a PYD Life user manual. Just a whole bunch of stuff that shouldn't be on this cart. So the first thing I'm going to do is start to take everything off the cart. So here I am removing everything from the cart. I have a trash bag and I have a big plastic bin. I'm going to put stuff that's immediately trash in the bag. I'm not even going to think about it or wait. And then the rest of it, I'm just shaking my head in disbelief that I even still have it because I forgot all about it. Now everything has been removed from the cart, and this is what we are left with. Everything, I'm going to take that sublimation blanks and canvas and wood supplies off. Everything else is in that container, and then I'll make a decision on what goes back and what goes in a different place. I did find this cart organizer that I purchased from Ikea. I haven't decided if I'm going to use it yet. First things first, I am going to use my heat gun, a scraper, and a weeding tool to try to remove the vinyl that's been on there for 2 years now. I turned the heat gun on high and I just kind of let the vinyl start to get hot. And once I realized the cart was hot, I didn't have to keep the heat gun on and the vinyl came off very easily. After removing the vinyl, I wiped it down with rubbing alcohol to remove the sticky adhesive. Then I repeated the same process for the vinyl that was at the bottom. Once I knew what I was doing, it was just starting to flow very quickly and I was excited. Now it's time to go through the plastic container, see what I want to keep, see what will go where, and how I can organize this cart better in a way that makes sense. What started to make sense was just to put the small bottles of paint at the top, the stain in the middle, and the bigger bottles, and then anything that was adhesive at the bottom. Now this is what's left of the stuff that is in the container. All of this stuff was on that cart. So I'll put the sublimation blanks with the other sublimation materials, and I'll decide if anything else is trash. Now it's time to label the shelves and get this cart ready for its final presentation. I decided to place the label paint and stain on the second shelf, and then on the bottom I would label it with adhesive. And then I even decided that on the other side I wanted to print a copy of my logo and just add it to one of the shelves. So I quickly used some of that Neato sticker paper, which I like, by the way, and I just put one sticker on the other side, and voila, this is the finished product. So on the top shelf, I have the small bottles of paint, I have the foam brushes, and the other brushes, I have some paint pens, I even have some rub and buff. Then out at the bottom, I have everything that can be considered as an adhesive. I have my glue gun and my glue sticks, and I even have some Flex Seal down there. Anything that's considered as adhesive. And then in the middle, the paint and stain, those are my larger bottles of paint. A lot of that stuff is unopened, especially the mineral and chalk paint that came from 143 vinyl. I just haven't used that at all. I have some stain that I think I used once or twice, and then I even have some acrylic paint that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and it's still unopened. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.